We weren't warned. 33 revelations about sex. Why do they tell us everything in school classes about the reproductive system and nothing about orgasm, or how to discuss it with your partner? How to have oral sex? How many people have learned sex from pornography or from their equally inexperienced peers? And their parents' attempts, often painfully awkward, only caused embarrassment and a rush of blood to the face. Do you remember that? About the realities. Sex on the beach or in the bathtub may not be as cool as it's portrayed in the movies. If you use food, don't forget, cream and honey are very sticky. You don't have to change positions every 30 seconds like in pornography. But you don't have to stay in one either. Sex isn't particularly like porn at all. Sooner or later you're going to do something incredibly awkward. You'll be terrified. A good partner won't care. Sex is often weird and ridiculous. And sometimes it's totally intuitive and wildly beautiful. Slow, eye-rolling, or fast and dirty. There is no one right way to do it. After good, long, passionate sex you have to clean yourself up, and there's no quick elegant way to do it. About women, the average man has an orgasm in 2 to 4 minutes when masturbating. Women need about 2-3 times as much time, depending on anatomy, state of mind, and method of stimulation. Many women are aroused by dirty talk, verbal descriptions of a partner's fantasies, intentions during sex. Some researchers believe that this explains the relative unpopularity of mainstream pornography among women, as opposed to literary erotica. However, many men like dirty talk a lot, too. Why do many women fake orgasms? Because many men fake foreplay. There are women, 50 to 70%, according to various estimates, who can't come from vaginal sex alone. You need direct stimulation of the clitoris. It's worth talking about. And it doesn't need to be embarrassing. Scientists have tried, but found no other meaning in this part of the female anatomy. The clitoris exists precisely for pleasure. Sex toys weren't just invented for masturbation. The G-spot does exist, and its sensitivity can often be developed. You can also develop your Kegel muscles. It's good for girls to empty their bladder after vaginal sex. This prevents a number of bacteria from entering the urethra. Statistically, women are noisier in bed. A woman has a right to want and love sex just as much as a man. About men, a man will not always initiate sex. His libido will not always be stronger. Men, like women, are very different. If a man wants something dirty and lewd in bed, it doesn't mean he doesn't love or respect you. He doesn't love or respect you if he doesn't care if you want the same thing. Men watch porn, period. If it confuses you, why? Just accept it as fact. Or watch it too. You can go along with it. Girls often don't pay enough attention to their partner's scrotum during a blowjob, and they shouldn't. For a good blowjob it is not necessary, and sometimes impossible, to swallow the entire cock. In any case, the most sensitive part is the head. The gag reflex is normal, but if you want, you can gradually get rid of it. Practice, practice, practice. A girl's log is not a myth. Most men would prefer it if you were also active in bed. A lot of men like to be dominant, but not all. Don't hang labels. You know how unpleasant that is. Better to ask. Men often have a very sensitive scalp, the one on their shoulders. Run your fingernails down the back of his neck. Run your hand through his hair. He will love it. About the right attitude. The number of sexual partners, many or few, has nothing to do with your value as a person. Dita Von Teese reminds us that beauty is multifaceted and there will always be people, maybe the whole world, maybe one person, who will prefer you over everyone else. Sometimes you will not want sex at all. That doesn't make you impotent or frigid. Some people don't want sex at all, ever. You may not understand it, you may not agree with it, but asexuality does exist. The most amazing sex is with someone you love. But love alone doesn't guarantee great sex. No one, I mean no one at all, is born a sex god. It's a skill that has to be learned, and it has to be fully or partially relearned with each new partner. Try it. Love each other. Learn to give and experience pleasure. And never be ashamed of anything.